So what this is tune-up part 1 then?
Yeah, this is less tune-up, more solving the problem. Well, this is going to change the coil out on this F150 2000. It's misfiring when it gets hot, which is normally a good sign, normally a good indication that there's coil problems. Plus, it's 20 years old. Plugs and wires probably should be changed for tune-up, but today I don't have time to do all that, so I'm just going to start with changing the coil. I'll come back and give it a proper tune-up and change the belt. I've got a new belt. I've got new wires. I haven't bought plugs yet, but I'll have new plugs and I'll do a proper tune-up on it later probably.
So what this is tune-up part 1 then?
Yeah, this is less tune-up, more solving the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of times what happens is people go through and do the full tune-up and it still misfires, and if the engine's hot and it's misfiring, normally it's a coil pack going bad.
So where are the coil packs on these?
Right there in the middle of the top on the 6-cylinder.
And what size wrench is that?
7mm. And this one behind here is going to be kind of a trick because I don't know if I have the right size extension for that. Alright.
Already go.
Try taking this plug off first and see if I can get in there, because I can't clear the firewall as it is. Come on. Come on, let go. Why you lean go one side and not the other? Come on.
Oh. You could also, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Take a Sawzall and cut a notch in the firewall there, and then you'll be able to remove it.
Yeah, but then the firewall will leak. There we go.
Ah, details, details.
Coils actually don't look bad. The wires don't look bad.
Okay, so how can you tell the wire don't look bad?
It's just not burnt. I'll clean it up a little bit, but it's not burnt. Let's see if I can get back there and loosen this.
You'll make your cameraman climb, aren't you? I hate climbing.
That's not going to work either.
How short of an extension do you got?
That's the short one I've got, which I don't know. Maybe I need the swivel one. That's just a little longer. Maybe that'll work better. That's going to be too short, and I know it. Because that's going to give that length. And I couldn't use that because that was colliding with the side.
Like I said, just take a Sawzall.
That would be easier.
Yeah, but then you're going to then be smacking your engine and everything else.
Nah, I just beat the metal up.
Nah.
Should unplug that first. That disconnects the coil.
Which one did you unplug first?
This one I should have unplugged first, but I didn't because I got to take a wire off to get to it.
All right.
This is this wire. Unplug that.
Alright, and that disconnects the coil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to unplug this to get it out of the way.
Alrighty.
Luckily, they've got the wires are all nice and neat and in order, so they're not hard to keep track of. Come on. So, all I worry about is one of them breaking when I'm doing this, and so far they've all been good. So, there we go.
Looks like all, let's see, no burnt, all gold, or brass.
Yep, they look good, so it's just the coil. Modern engines, modern wires and plugs last a long time.
Yeah.
300,000 miles easy. So,
Because kind
this
of
thing's closing in on 200,000, so it wouldn't be bad to change them. But the coil's more just time. Coils tend to only last about 20 years. And this one's over 20 years old, so I'm not surprised it's starting to go.
kind of goes along with what I was saying yesterday, doesn't it? If you want to sell a car in America, it's got to last 250,000 miles relatively trouble-free.
And this thing would probably go a lot longer with it misfiring, but it drives me nuts.
Plus, it gives us good content.
Yeah.
Good things to do.
It's about a $70 fix. It's worth it.
No.
And that's because I bought a good quality coil. I could have got a coil for less.
Yeah, these days you cheap out on the parts. So you tend to be cheaping out on yourself.
Yep, I got one. If it fails, in probably the time period I'm owning this vehicle, I can get another one just by going into a Napa.
Yeah. And then we'll blame China.
I'm not even sure where this one was made.
Doesn't matter, we're blaming China.
Made in Poland.
Too late, it's China's fault.
So this one's former communist bloc.
Like China. Like I said, it'll be their fault. I don't care, it's their fault. Darn hippie commies and the darn communes.
You've been watching too much first season.
They're,
Oh, forgot there's a ground wire back there. It uses the ground.
I've been watching too much what?
Of first season of
Talking about Clarkson? You talking
Clarkson, yeah.
about, not Top Gear, but Grand Tour. I've been
Yep.
watching Grand Tour.
I need a towel.
Okay. There we go.
Alright. And there's the nice new shiny one.
Alright, where's the old one?
Old one right there.
We're gonna do our
And
bi-electric.
This actually shows the order, which is nice.
1, 5, 2, 6, 4, 3.
Which goes in that way. This one does not have the nice sticker on it, but since this has not completely failed, I am not going to toss it. I am going to stick it in with the Ford parts. Actually, it'll probably go in the Ford. Because if that one failed, I can always put this one back in.
True.
Yes, I've had coils fail. Brand new coils fail.
And you could always
That's why I bought what I bought, because I've not had one of these fail.
Yeah. And you could always photograph that sticker if you need to. Just save it in your phone or whatever. For those emergencies, you got to replace one of these.
Okay. Let's put a little dielectric on that since they use that as a ground.
Dielectric. It's just sad I have to say that with a straight face and no joking, that photograph the thing just in case you have to swap it out for another one on a brand new part.
Yep.
Back in my day, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, those wires, put those on, but I got those good.
Yeah.
And I'll go on and add that to this while I'm thinking about it. Just in case the gaskets don't reseal perfectly after that.
Just to keep the water out. I went the entire video without smacking the microphone on something until now.
Well, you're improving.
Yes. I'm also remembering to follow you instead of relying on you to wait until you are close to the camera to say anything.
Oh yeah, you gotta follow me.
Yes.
It's not my job to be in place of the camera. Camera guy's job to follow me.
Yeah. Right. That's the way it works.
Uh-huh.
Actors, they just do what they just do their thing, and then the camera guys has to follow them and make sure they get it right.
Oh, this isn't scripted. This is what, reality television or whatever?
Yeah, this is reality TV right here.
So you basically get to be paparazzi.
I get to be an MTV camera guy is what I get to be. Since they don't show music anymore.
There.
MTV, the only channel in America, only channel on planet Earth where somebody records a song and then they will take that person, stick them in somebody else's house and have them show it off. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Probably not.
Remember the Cribs show?
Oh yeah.
That like half to 3/4 of those mansions that they shown off didn't even belong to the people that
They rented them.
They rented the mansion, they'd rented the vehicles and everything else, and then they shoved them in there and it's like, "Hey, let me show you my crib."
Like the Pimp My Ride one, where they barely worked.
Yeah, they did a lot of the extras, but didn't fix any of the engines.
And half the time the extras didn't even work. They were just there for show.
Yeah. And they'd have the vehicles for like months. They'd give them a rent-a-car for 3 weeks, and then the vehicle would not be done for like about as long as one of your projects.
I have a real job is my excuse.
They did too. Fixing everybody else's vehicle besides the one vehicles that they were being recorded to fix. They only worked on those when they had the time. It's kind of an old joke, but it's actually true. It's like you can get anything fast, easy, and cheap, but you got to pick any two.
Yep.
Because if it's fast and easy, it ain't cheap. If it's fast and cheap, it ain't easy. I mean, if it's fast and easy, you know, yeah. You know what I mean.
Yep, I had a mechanic that I used in Athens, Georgia that had that sign up, and it was true. I still have the old Cherokee. It had an electrical fire, of course, in the middle of a monsoon.
Yes.
So it was pouring rain, and I was out there with a fire extinguisher putting the firewall out because the firewall was on fire. At least it was living up to his name. But I took it in there, and he said, "Well, I got choices. I can either fix it quick and good, and it's going to be expensive, or you can leave it here, and I'll work on it as I have time, and I'll make you a good deal." And I left it there, and I think it took him about 6 months, but he fixed it. It only cost me, I think it cost me less than $200. And it went for another 3 or 4 years, and it had other issues that finally killed. The engine finally lost compression, but I never had problem with that wiring harness again.
No.
Not in anything he fixed. There were some issues I told him just not worry about.
Yeah. So that's it. Fast, good. It's like fast, good, and cheap. If it's fast and good, it won't be cheap. It's fast and cheap, it won't be good. If it's good and cheap, it won't be fast. I knew I'd remember it sooner or later. Yeah, sometimes on these things, it just pays to learn how to do some of this stuff yourself.
But these wires, actually, they feel solid. They look good. So it may just be the coil. It may solve everything. I'm just cleaning them up now, making sure there wasn't any junk that got on them.
Yeah, and I mean, dust and dirt ain't good for it.
No. And dielectric grease to make a good seal.
Dielectric.
Good conductivity so it won't corrode.
Yeah.
And so I can get it off again if I go to change the wires.
That's true.
Because this fixes it. I'm probably not going to fool with doing the rest of the tune-up. Because with the platinum in ones and everything else, and as good as the wiring has gotten, it's not really necessary. It doesn't necessarily benefit anything.
It'd be just doing it to do it.
Do it, yep.
Almost done.
Yep. And we'll see what it does.
Yeah. Start it up, see if it stumbles and
If it even starts.
If it even starts. Well, you didn't rearrange any of the wires, so.
No, but I've had, like I said, I've had bad coils before. I've done this, and then the new coil didn't work at all.
Ah, yeah. So the new coil didn't, yeah.
That was actually an old vehicle with a coil instead of a coil pack.
Well, this is Echelon, or whoever that is. Made in Poland, so maybe.
Yeah, I've had good luck with this stuff. I got it. I paid the extra for it because, like I said, I paid the extra because I've never had to do that with this stuff.
Yeah, there's certain names and brands that are worth, like AC Delco ain't worth
This
nothing
is
anymore,
Napa's high-end line.
Okay.
And I've had good luck with Napa electrical stuff. I always buy Napa electrical if I can, because as you can see, it's Napa. Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
But because I've had less trouble with, I've actually had old Jeeps especially are bad about burning out certain modules, ignition modules and stuff. And I went through the old Cherokee. I went through 6 of them. Then I finally bought a heavy duty Napa one and it's still on it.
Yeah. Good.
It didn't burn out.
Good, good, good.
So whoops, I forgot. I forgot I gotta do that before I did this one.
You gotta do what?
Plug the coil in.
Plug the coil in first, and then you gotta plug that last one in, because
Which is
the arrangement. That's right.
Yeah. This goes under this for whatever reason.
Go. Click that down in there.
Yeah.
Click that one in there. All right.
And
then there we go.
Nope. It goes over. Then that. Then this.
There we go. And there we go.
There we go. That. Now put everything down.
There we are.
All right. Let's see if it starts.
Okay. We'll be out here. Showing off all 200 horsepower.
It seems happy.
Yeah.
Now I'll see if that solves what little misstep. And it had been even to the point where I should have done that before I switched it.
Yeah.
But it was getting where I revved it up, you could hear one missing. And it didn't do that at all. So I think this took care of it.
All right.
So that should be it.
That's it. There we go.
Changing a coil pack on a 2000 F150 V6.
Okay. So if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this and you watched this long, well, share it with the enemies. After all, why should you suffer alone?
Quieter with the lid down.
Yes, it is quieter with the lid down. As I was saying, please like, share, and subscribe.
Or if you're English, the bonnet.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Have a good one.
So long.